Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. It is Monday, early Monday, May the 19th. I just wanted to come on. You see my hat? Riding with Biden. I just wanted to come on and throw my support to Joe Biden. As you know, yesterday he was diagnosed as having prostate cancer, an aggressive form of prostate cancer. It's already spread to his bones. And he's considering treatment options with his doctor. And, to me, the prognosis is good because it has already metastasized, and it's a shame. And this guy's been through a lot of stuff in his life. And, there's cancer that runs in his family. And so it is a sad, sad turn. I just wanted to throw my support out there and say we're sending our prayers out to you, President Biden, and his family. And I also wanted to say, I was on social media last night. And you know how social media is. It could be pretty rough. And there were some people on there actually mocking Mr. Biden, and especially that Don Trump Jr. What a scumbag. Uh, First of all, how could you mock someone with cancer? I think every one of us, you and I, have known somebody who has had cancer. Maybe you've had cancer. Maybe a family member, someone close to you, has had cancer, or a friend, or a coworker, whatever. Cancer has touched all of our lives in one way or another. And to question the diagnosis and mock someone for having cancer, that's about as low as you can go. I don't care what party you are believe in or what kind of politics. That's all out the window when we're talking about life and life threatening life disease. It's just stupid and terrible that people are that morally corrupt that they feel the need to mock someone who has that terrible disease. So I think it brings out, who you can count on, who is mentally impaired by this kind of thing, I think most people, even people who support Trump, are sensible enough to say, well, we may disagree with President Biden's politics, but we wish him good luck battling cancer. And I believe sincerely that most people are good. I think most people have good intentions. There are a few who they're either obsessed or in a cult or whatever. It's hard to explain for people like that because how can you rationalize an irrational mind? You and I are not irrational, so how can we get into a mind like that to know what that person is thinking? You can't. So anyway, I wish him well, and I hope you know I hope they come out with some sort of care plan that he will be comfortable and live the rest of his days and pain free. So I also wanted to come on and talk about the Phillies really quick. And really, first of all, the pleasant part of the Phillies was, well, number one, they swept the Pittsburgh Pirates in the weekend, the Buccos, and that gets them off to a good start on this. They could really go on a little run here because they're out in Colorado now, 4 games out there, and Colorado is just brutal, pathetic. And so Phillies can make some hay out there. Plus, then they play Oakland. Well, no, they're not Oakland anymore. Sacramento A's, and next weekend. And you can make some hay there too, because the A's aren't very good. So chance for the Phillies to try to make up some ground. They're already a half game behind the Mets in the NL East. So and the Mets are up in Boston to play the Red Sox for the next few days, whereas the Phillies are playing the dreadful Colorado Rockies. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the good part of yesterday, McAble, that rookie, 23-year-old pitcher, came up and threw a hell of a game. 9 strikeouts in his first Phillies game. That tied a record. Leave Kurt Simmons and a few other pitchers set that record. And he tied it. He probably could have went another inning. 6 shutout innings yesterday, because he was only up to 84 pitches. But you know how it is with the analytics and this manager. So he pulled them. And but what a game by McAble, huh? Huh? You know, the Phillies are going to need some bullpen help, as we're going to talk about in a minute. But I would not trade McAble. Certainly, these other teams, knowing that we need bullpen help, are going to ask for the moon. They're going to ask for our prize prospects in the farm system in order to trade relievers. But I wouldn't do it. I think you have to look to the future. And McAble, he is young, only 23, along with Andrew Painter. That's going to be your top of the rotation for years to come. You got to think and plan for the post Wheeler Nola era, because these guys, they're not going to be out forever. Wheeler and Nola, and already we see Nola's breaking down. So you got to kind of look to the future, and Painter and Abel will be 2 good pitchers for you down the road. So I wouldn't trade them. Nope. Certainly teams are going to ask for position players like Justin Crawford and Aiden Miller. We try not to trade them either, because that's your future center fielder. That's your future third baseman, shortstop. But the Phillies are in a little bit of a bind. And the real reason they are is because Jose Alvarado was suspended for 80 games, plus the postseason, for using PEDs, performance enhancement drugs. Well, he claims it was for weight loss during the off season, and that he didn't know. Dave Dombrowski, the GM, says he's buying that. Now, he would have to be pretty stupid to buy that. And you know the old rule of thumb, whatever an athlete puts in his or her body, they're responsible for that. So I don't know if Jose Alvarado was on a treatment plan, was a registered dietitian assigned to him during the off season to help him lose weight, or a trainer, because you would think that professional would know that the drug he was taking was not allowed. Otherwise, he did it himself, and there's no excuse. And Philly should be angry with him. He screwed up. I mean, he hurt himself. This is going to be on Alvarado's record forever. And he hurt the team. I mean, the team is trying to get back to the World Series. They only have a limited amount of time. The window is closing because, the Philly stars like Bryce Harper, Treizer, they're not getting any younger. So if the Phillies are going to win a World Series with this group, they're going to have to do it now, either this year or next. So Alvarado really screwed the team too. He is their best arm out in the bullpen. And even that, the bullpen was shaky even before this. They let Jeff Hoffman go as a free agent during the offseason. And even though he's not pitching that great for Toronto, he was still another arm in the bullpen. He pitched well for the Phillies. I don't know what they're going to do now. If you trade for a reliever, like I said, teams are going to be asking for the King's ransom because they know, other teams know that the Phillies need help. They know that the Phillies are in a bind, and teams aren't going to do you any favors. They're going to ask for your top players in return. I could see a team like Oakland that doesn't, or Sacramento, whatever, that doesn't really need a closer. They're starting to slide back to reality. So I could see a team like that trading their best bullpen reliever for a young talent. I could see that. Mason Miller throws over 100 miles an hour, still young. That would be a guy the Phillies should look at. But again, what are you going to have to trade for? Right? If you give him the package of major league players, Alec Bohm, Brandon Marsh, would the A's take that? I mean, the A's are looking for young players, prospects. We know the old saying, prospects are just that, prospects, until they prove it in the major leagues. But the Phillies farm system isn't that deep as it is. And the trade of Miller or Crawford or Pater or Abel for bullpen help I wouldn't do it. The thing that really hurts about this whole scenario, the thing that's really, really bad is Alvarado can come back like in August and pitch maybe the last 40 games of the season, but he can't pitch in the postseason. If the Phillies make the playoffs, Alvarado cannot be on the roster. Can't help him. So what do the Phillies do? So you got to find a guy or two who are going to help you not only during the regular season, but in the playoffs too. So it looks like right now they're going to let this Jordan Romano, the guy they got from used to pitch for Toronto, looks like he's going to close. And yesterday he did a great job. He struck out the side in the ninth inning. Of course, that was the Pirates he was pitching against, who are pathetic, especially offensively. But give the man credit. He struck out the side and he saved the game. A 1-0 shutout. So they could try that, but what else is there in that bullpen? I don't trust Kirkering. I don't trust Strom. Yeah, I just a lot of these guys I don't trust. And then you just have kind of borderline major leaguers like Ruiz and Banks. They're not really good pitchers. Come on. So the Phillies really do need a couple, not just one, not just a really good closer, but they need a couple of relief pitchers to really stabilize that bullpen. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. The trade deadline is not for another 2 months. So what are the Phillies going to do till that? Of course, they can make a trade now if they have another team willing to deal. They don't have to wait until July, but it would be better to get someone now for the long haul than not. So Dave Dombrowski, I've been a little disappointed in him. He's our general manager. He's finally going to have to earn his money, Dave. You have to get off your butt, you get on the phones and see what's out. What they can do is move Ranger Suarez back to the bullpen. Don't forget, he was effective when he pitched that in the bullpen. He saved that game that Bryce Harper game that he hit the home run against San Diego, the Bedlam at the Banco. Don't forget, Ranger Suarez saved that game in the ninth inning. So that's an option. Rather than send Mick Abel back down to the minors, which they had planned to do, why not give him another start? I mean, another start would be Thursday, no, Friday in Sacramento against the A's. I mean, he pitched so well, why not? It would be very Philly-like for them to send the kid down after such a spectacular outing yesterday. And what is that going to do? You're going to go with Taiwan Walker? Come on, we know what Taiwan Walker can do. We can't do. I would leave McCable up, give him another start, and put Ranger in the bullpen. I mean, so that would help. Ranger would give them another solid arm down in that bullpen, and you give McCable a chance. You start to blend in some younger players into the rotation, some younger pitchers, and hopefully Andrew Painter could help the team once he comes back, maybe in July or something. Anyway, it's very disappointing, Alvarado, but it is what it is. You got to get along without the bullpen. That's why I always said you stock up on bullpen arms and then you work it out later. Dave Dombrowski really did little or nothing during the offseason. And that's when you have to stock up on your pitchers. Because pitching is the name of the game. Now, I mean, look at Baltimore. They have all this young talent, position players. Gunnar Henderson, Ashley Whitman, whatever the hell he is, right? Jackson Holiday. Great young position players. They have absolutely no pitching at all. And that's why they're in last place in the American League East. And they just got swept over the weekend by their rivals down in Washington. So, Baltimore's a perfect example. Good team for the last few years. They just didn't invest enough in pitching, either in the draft or free agency. They don't have it. So that's why the Phillies need to stock up on pitching. That should be their number one priority, no matter what. So it will be interesting to see what the club does for the rest of the game. I mean, they're already a half a game behind the Mets. This is another year that the Phillies could take the division and get into the postseason and hopefully make a run at the playoffs. I mean, you look at the other teams in the National League. Who is there, really? There's no super team. We're finding out that the Dodgers are just, they're a good team, but they're not a great team. How does the Dodgers get swept over the weekend at home to their rival Angels? That doesn't make sense. The Angels come into LA and sweep the Dodgers 3 games. So the Dodgers, and I said this before, are no great dynasty. That's why when the year started, there was a bet out there. Dodgers win-loss total 103. I took the under because I said there's no way. 103 games is really tough. I don't care what kind of team you have. And that's what we're seeing now. The Dodgers have a lot of competition out west. The Padres, the Giants are good. Arizona's good. So for the Dodgers to win 103 games or more, that's not going to be easy. Well, so we're seeing that. And there's no one in the Central that scares me. The Mets are right ahead of the Phillies. They don't scare. So the National League is there for the take for the Phillies. And get back into the World Series again. So, they just have to continue to play good ball. And the front office needs to maneuver around all this calamity going on the sidelines. They're saying, well, we got treated like an injury. Not really. I mean, an injury is something that happens that you can't help. Jose Alvarado, he could help this. I mean, he shouldn't ever uh take a chance and risk his career and his health by taking a drug that he should be taking, you know? And that was just such a stupid thing to do. So it will be interesting to see what happens for Steve. That's about it. The Flyers hired Rick Tocchet as the next coach. I think that's a good move. The Sixers are still in no bad land. They're waiting for the NBA draft next year or next month, and they're going to be picking them. So we'll see about that. And then you have your NBA semifinals all set. Your final four: Knicks versus the Pacers. Knicks have home court advantage. I'm rooting for the Knicks. Uh, I think the Knicks are a team of destiny. The Pacers are a good young team. They put a lot of pressure on you defensively. They like to run. Uh, so they beat the Knicks last year. See what happens this time. Um, Knicks really don't have a lot of depth. Indiana does. I could see Indiana winning that series, but I think the Knicks eventually will. The other in the West, well, the Nuggets just ran Steve yesterday. Jokic is a great player, but he was just dragging himself up and down the court during that game. He was exhausted. Um, the Nuggets, yeah, they just ran out of gas. They're older, and that's what happened. And it will be interesting to see what the Nuggets do. It's apparent that Jokic needs some help, needs a lot of help. Wouldn't it be interesting if Giannis went to Denver, teamed up with Jokic? Who would beat him? It's just a thought. But Oklahoma City is a good young team, the youngest team in the NBA. Look where they are. They're fast. They play relentless defense. They're led by a superstar, and they've got a really good team. I know who plays for Minnesota, but I don't know much about them. Now that's the thing. The Wolves, you don't see them on national TV that often. Can they hang with Thunder? I mean, the advantage is the Thunder have home court advantage, but just went through a grueling 7-game series. They have got to be exhausted. Whereas Minnesota's been sitting around taking it easy. So what's going to happen tomorrow when they play game one? Uh, I could see that Minnesota, they need to shake the rust off, but by the same token, they're going to be far more rested than uh, Oklahoma City. The only thing is Oklahoma City is young. They could shake off the fatigue. They really only have 1 day to rest. It's going to be a good series. I think eventually the Thunder will win that. And I think it's going to be Thunder Knicks in the finals. So we'll see what happens. And finally, the Eagles, things are kind of quiet right now. Well, with the Birds, the draft is over. We're going to be getting into the summertime. We know what the schedule is now. It's a brutal schedule. Training camp will be starting up before you know it. And, we're approaching Memorial Day and the summer goes fast. And at the other end of the summer, all of a sudden you got football season, September 4th. The Eagles kick off the year against Dallas. So it won't be long. Won't be long. So we'll see. All right, then. Good luck and God bless President Biden. Hopefully he hangs in there and they find a treatment plan for him, which will keep him active and comfortable and try to battle that horrible disease. Um, And the Phillies, good luck to them out in Colorado this week. There's no reason why the Phillies shouldn't sweep that series, or at least take 3 out of 4. No reason at all. I mean, Colorado is threatening to break the all-time loss record that was set last year by the Chicago White Sox. 121 losses in a year. It wouldn't surprise me if Colorado breaks that. I mean, you got to remember, Colorado is in a hell of a division, too. I mean, they're getting beat on by the Dodgers, the Diamondbacks, the Giants, the Padres. There's no relief out there. So it wouldn't surprise me if Colorado ended up losing more than 121 games this year. That's how bad they are. So no reason at all why the Phillies, I don't know what the weather is out there. No reason that they should go out there and kick butt and take care of business. We'll be watching them. Everybody take care. Thanks for watching me. Peace and love. And I'll see you next time. Take care for now. Have a great day. Bye. 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 Bye.